It's no secret that black women are remarkable, incredible, and unique in so many ways. And as a white man married to a black woman, you can bet that I've learned my fair share of new things that I never even considered before, even though I've loved black women since I was a little kid. It wasn't until I entered into this amazing marriage with my beautiful wife, Veronica, that I really started to become an expert in some of these areas. So today I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've learned being married to a black woman.
Well, I'm excited to hear what you have to say, just like everybody.
Well, this isn't an exhaustive list. There's a ton I've learned, but we only have so much time. So these are the things that I'm going to talk about today. The first one might be pretty predictable to you black ladies out there. This white man has learned so much about hair. Black hair. All the things that black women can do with their hair. It'll make your head spin, I'm telling you what. I mean, from afros to cornrows to twists to waves to extensions, head wraps. The list goes on and on and on. And I'm telling you, I've been exposed to all of these things and more. And my wife, when she gets into the salon and she needs to have her hair done, it's not just going to be 40 minutes. It's not just going to be a couple hours. You better set your watch. It's going to be about 6 hours. So believe me, bring a novel and make sure it's a fantasy novel because they're about 1,000 pages long. You'll have time to read it.
That's one of the things I mentioned to him when we first got married, that hey, sometimes when I go do my hair or when I need my hair done, it might take me a few hours. Just know that I'm going to be back home. Don't worry, I'm not going to go stay where I am at. I'm just doing my hair, and our hair texture and the length of it makes it require more work and more time to care for. Yeah, so I'm glad you learned that.
And
that's great.
The amazing thing, too, about my wife in particular is that no matter what she does, she looks phenomenal. I mean, she's got this incredible 4C hair that just like glistens in the sunlight. She doesn't even have to oil it. But that is actually going to lead into the other thing that I've learned about black women, my wife in particular, and that is use a lot of lotion. I mean, use buckets of lotion. It's like, Ted, you don't lotion your face? You don't lotion your hands?
Oh my gosh,
not really.
I'm gonna cry.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. I will be brushing my teeth and, I'll go for the light switch to turn it off as I leave, and I'll notice there's like a gob of lotion on the light switch panel. I'm like, lotion. Then I'll look over here and there's more lotion on the wall, and there's some on the mirror. It's like, my wife will literally bathe in lotion, in body lotion. And it's always this, well, I get ashy. And it's like, I gotta cover up the ash, So when it comes to ashiness, black women are not okay with this.
No,
they will
we are not.
No,
And it's not just the ashiness. I think that it's very healthy to stay moisturized all the time.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that when it came to you in particular, Caucasian people, and I'm going to speak of my husband in particular, that he doesn't like to use lotion. I'm like, after you shower, like he will shower twice a day and do his normal routine. And after he finishes, he will not put lotion on. I'm like, man, how do you guys go about not using lotion?
Particularly the hand lotion, because it like makes, I don't want to touch things when I've got lotion on my hands. It's just this weird thing. But I'm getting better at it, am I not?
You are getting better because I am showing. I'm like, okay, you heard us saying black don't crack. The reason black don't crack is because not only of good genetics, but we stay moisturized. You gotta stay on top of the moisturization. There's a lot of moisturizers out there that you can use to help your skin glow. I mean, look at all this glow.
And she has
here.
most of them. Whatever the products are, she has most of these. You should see the bathroom. It's just like tons of product. So you see where this is going, beauty products and beauty accessories and all of these things. I mean, as if black women in general really need to do much, because they don't. My wife will wake up in the morning with just all natural, natural hair, no makeup, nothing. And she's just like, wow, you look like...
Oh, Ted, you are too kind.
You look like a movie star. Better than a movie star. You just look like stunning. And then they do all of this other stuff to augment their beauty, which they already have. And it's just like, this white man has learned that there's nothing better than being married to a black woman. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is I've noticed that my wife is just not interested in BS. Excuse the term. She's just like direct to the point, don't mess around. And that comes with raising our daughter. And that's the way she is with everything, even our communication. Like sometimes I might sort of toe the line, not sure if I should talk about this or how I should say it. She just wants to come out with it and be direct and honest.
Yeah.
And I think maybe part of that comes from black women need to be strong because all their lives that has been a necessary ingredient for them to survive because they've kind of been on their own in some ways. Yeah. And it's just sort of like this natural tendency for survival, and it's how they have learned to thrive in a world that has sadly kind of either not been as supportive as it ought to be for them or has deliberately been trying to push them down. Well, this works out really well for my personality too, because I'm kind of a no-nonsense guy too.
Yes, you are.
So it really actually works. We're both interested in the most effective way to go about doing things. We don't want to mess with nonsense.
No, we do not.
We graduated from high school. You understand what I mean?
have.
We're just not interested in wasting time either on relationships or on everyday activities or how to go about life in general, messing around.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that we don't know how to have fun. That doesn't mean we aren't relaxed to some degree and we give each other grace and things like that and we have room to grow and learn. It doesn't mean that at all. It's simply that we are very serious when it comes to approaching life. And so that's definitely something that I've learned about being married to a black woman. They are just serious, direct, and sometimes they can be accused of being aggressive, but it's not necessarily that. It's passion. It's just this desire to do life the right way and not mess around. That kind of dovetails into something else I've learned is when they're on the phone, you're going to be in their conversation whether you're on the phone with them or not. It's not a three-way. It might just be between her, especially when it's family. Especially when it's family.
Yes.
She is on the phone with family, whether it's her mom, sister, brothers. It doesn't matter. You can hear her. Our neighbor probably knows what my wife talks about on a regular basis with her family. Black women talk loud on the phone.
Well, not all black women. That I have to insert right there.
Okay, my wife. Fine. This is sort of a general thing. Not all, of course. But this black woman
I
talks
tend
loud
to
on
talk
the phone.
loud because, okay, so I call back home in Africa, right, Ghana to be precise, and sometimes they can't hear you, and you feel like you have to project your voice. And I'm a natural loud talker, and I've even been accused here on here that I talk loud.
Yeah, we've had some comments. People are like, Vero, why are you so loud?
Why are you so loud? I just can't help it. My voice just projects.
And you exude confidence too.
Yes.
When you're loud. Some men I've noticed feel a little bit threatened when their woman is overconfident, they'll say. But I love it because to me it's showing me that she's thriving. It's not a threat to me. It's not an indication that somehow she's too independent. She's going to go off and start her own life and abandon this family. It just tells me that she's thriving and happy and that the two of us are going for it together.
And for the longest time, I didn't have that confidence. You know, when people would speak to me, my head would be down. I would not have eye contact. And that came from me growing up and trying to speak. And adults would tell me, oh, don't say anything. Be quiet. Be quiet. Until the point when I endured even abuse and I was told to be quiet. And for the longest time, I would not speak and my voice was silenced. And so the day I was able to get my power back and I got my voice back, oh, rest assured, I was never quiet.
You know that, right?
And that is a part of the reason why I speak so loud, because people don't understand your journey, you know?
The next one I've learned actually is that racism really is real.
Yes.
It's a real thing. When you're a white person, you might think, oh, it's this thing they just need to get over it. Slavery happened such a long time ago. But there actually is an experience inside the world of being black that white people are not experiencing. No. And that's just the way it is. So now being married to a black woman, I am sort of in this bubble, at least to the point where I can observe it. I can observe it firsthand.
Yeah.
And we have observed it plenty of times, even just being exposed on social media.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe the amount of insane comments that we get.
Hateful comments.
Hateful, racist comments that we get. Things that we're actually even uncomfortable to repeat.
Yeah.
They're so like, whoa, this guy went here or this person went here. And it's not just that, it's experiences being out, noticing how people treat my wife, mostly peripherally. People aren't necessarily always bold enough to just come right out
they
and like, you know, they look at her and be like, wow, I mean, she's gonna punt me into next Tuesday if I say anything. But you can detect it. You can detect it, and you've got a radar, and you know when people are actually thinking something or insinuating something or just having sort of this attitude about the fact that my wife is black, and maybe because I'm white and we're together, we're not sure what always the issue is. But we've had multiple experiences that have hit it home for me that indeed racism is an issue. But we are encouraged, noticing that in life these days at least, there is a tremendous thrust that is set upon increasing social justice and making things the way they ought to be, as ideally as they can be in an imperfect world. More people are positive and encouraging and supportive than not, that's for sure.
Yes.
And it's just awesome to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, let's...
Let me adjust my glasses so I can hear what you have to say next. You guys, how are you guys feeling this hair though, by the way? How is this hair doing?
Hey, I'm feeling
this
it.
Hair is,
I'm feeling it.
This hair is hairy, man. It's hairy.
Is that good? When your hair is herring, is that good?
Yeah, your hair is herring.
Must be really good.
Yeah.
So something else I've learned about being married to a black woman is simply that black women need the sun. They need to be exposed to the sun. When they're deprived of the sun, as my wife unfortunately kind of is in this state of Oregon, hey, her energy goes down, her enthusiasm is curbed, and things get rough. But you know what? I can relate because, hey, maybe I'm like African somewhere inside of me because I need the sun so much.
Yeah.
When the sun comes out, all of a sudden my creativity comes back, my mood is just popping up, and I'm feeling great. So, hey, I cannot wait to go to Ghana.
I think Ted will be Africanized once he steps
I'm
foot
being
into Ghana. He is
Africanized.
being Africanized right now, you know, and that's the beauty of interracial relationships, I believe. Being able to merge two cultures and two nations coming together, learning from each other is so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I see Ted enjoying some of my cooking, and it makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for him to go to Ghana and experience all that we are all about. And I'm so glad that he's open-minded enough to want to experience that. Yeah.
Well, it's almost as if you can read my mind.
Can I?
Yes, I think you can to some degree. And that happens when you have a good marriage. You can start to read each other's minds,
you can.
finish each other's sentences.
That is true.
And the reason I say that is because you mentioned cooking, which dovetails right into the next thing that I have learned being married to a black woman, and that is food tastes better when you season it. Food tastes better when you season it. I used to think when I was a bachelor and I'd do my cooking, you know, salt and pepper was good enough. But I learned real quick, once we got married and we were using the kitchen together, my wife would be like, "Did you season that?" I'm like, "Of course I did. Look, there's salt and pepper on it." She's
And my
like,
face would be like,
And I had some extra spices that I rarely ever used. She'd tear
my
them all
gosh.
down from the cabinet, and they'd all be on the counter, and all of a sudden it would all be on the food. And it might sound like she has no skill, she's just dumping it on there, but no, she knew exactly which spices to use, what amounts, and mind you me, she's not measuring any of this stuff. She just like, quote unquote, you know, dumps it on, but like I said, it isn't just randomness.
Yeah.
Because the result is just absolutely
yeah.
delicious. It
I'm
all
gonna cry
tastes
because this is so funny.
great. It's hilarious. But
Yeah.
and not only does food taste better when you season it,
Yeah.
but food tastes better, I have learned,
Yeah.
when you spice it up. Put some fire into that food. I've noticed actually that a black woman's culinary habits sort of mirror their personalities. I mean, there's fire in there, and there's spices in there, and there's just an explosion of flavor
Oh my
and a
goodness.
whole new world right there on the plate. And it's just, my wife has often said that food tastes better when you cook with love. And that is something else that I have learned being married to a black woman is you want to experience love, white men, any man, marry a black woman. You are going to be loved in a way that you just, I mean, you might have dreamt of it,
Yeah.
but you never really thought it was possible. Black women know how to love their men.
This makes me so emotional, you know, hearing you speak the way you are, because I have been in past relationship where I don't even know what to say. It was so bad, you know, but coming, man, God really does renew us and does renew our lives and renew our love story and changes. So if you're out there and you feel like you've been broken and your story has not yet changed and the pages have not yet been turned, just be patient and God will bring the person for you. Because hearing Ted speak of us the way he is really is inspiring to me, because to see someone celebrate you and appreciate you in the way he does is truly mind-blowing to me, and I'm just so grateful to have him. Like, I don't want to cry so much or the eyelashes will fall off. It's already falling off, and because I've been laughing, I've been crying, and just like you guys. But I'm just really grateful to God for Ted. I'm grateful for the journey. I'm grateful for where I am, and I'm grateful for where God is going to take us, because I know that there is purpose in this marriage. I know there is a future in this marriage, and I know that our children and our child that God has given us right now, and the children that God is going to give us in the future, will know what it means to experience true love, will know what it means to walk in kindness, to walk in patience, to walk in acceptance, in self-love, you know. And I'm just so grateful for those things that I didn't get to experience as a child, that God has brought now into my life, and I'm experiencing it now. And now I'm a mom, and my child will get to experience those things with me. It's truly a blessing. I don't even know what to say. So thank you for all those amazing things you had to say about my people, and I'm just so grateful because
thank you for everything. Thank you. And the lessons will continue to come.
Yeah.
And I am an eager student soaking it all in.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. It's been delightful to talk about this today, and I hope it's been an inspiration for you all.
Yeah.
May your marriages flourish, your relationships and love life flourish. Thank you once again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and
share this video with your family and friends. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you next time, everybody.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.